Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. This is part of a series where I'm talking about the end of the U.S. as we know it. And I say, I've talked about the financial, if it's going to be financial or not, and how that's going to roll into NATO, United Nations coming in and calming everybody while these foreign countries carve up the U.S. And but this particular video, I want to talk about the violence and unrest, and we will go into martial law, which will roll into the United Nations control. And so it's not going to, the martial law is just going to be an excuse to get this thing started, because they're not going to be, there's no way, if we go into total violence, there's no way martial law is going to do it if it's only uh, enforced by the U.S. So they're going to have to bring in foreign troops, and that'll be the UN, and United Nations will come in and do all this stuff, and then in which is going to, once the UN comes in and the people think, oh good, you come here to save us because of all the rioting, the fighting, it's not safe to walk down the streets, and you come in here to save us. And then so that's going to be the way, because even the UN doesn't have enough troops. And so what they're going to be doing is using foreign troops. They might be wearing a UN uniform, or maybe they don't. I don't know. But really, they're going to take part of the United States. And so it depends on where you're going to be at on when this martial law comes in effect, how much it's going to affect you. Okay, now the reason that we're going to have the violence and the craziness is the first thing is we have the blacks. This administration is promoting, not minority, promoting blacks and pushing blacks into rioting. It's just that plain and simple. They want the blacks to riot, and that's what this administration is doing, pushing it and pushing it. Now, if the now not only the blacks, because this administration wants chaos, because this administration is more communist more than anything, communist, socialist. I don't know what it is, but it's sure not an American administration. And so this administration is promoting violence. Like what I'm saying, that's why they tell the FBI and law enforcement, well, you take it easy on the blacks, and you take it easy on the Muslims. Don't try to prosecute them. Don't make a big deal about it. And so that's why Muslim violence and black violence can get a little bit more aggressive, and that's why they are. The blacks, I say, for some strange reason, they still prey on other blacks more than anything. And so I don't know if it's in their genes or what it is, but that's what's going on with the blacks. Now, and like I say, you can see it when the administration talks about how the blacks have had such a hard time, and see, that's just put it in your face, throwing it in your face. We've been able to get all this behind us, the racial problems, and we've been ready to move on. Now he's bringing that scab, tearing it open, and throwing it in our face all over again. And and if that's not enough, he'll do the same thing, promoting immoral sexual stuff. And he's trying to do everything because, the United States is really based on Christian beliefs. So, the Constitution is even based on Christian beliefs. The Constitution works when you have Christian leaders, people that understand what the Christian belief is all about. They don't really need to be Christian, but they need to understand the Christian beliefs. Not only he doesn't, I don't know if he understands it or not. I think he does. He seems like a smart kind of guy. But like I say, that's not on his agenda. So he's against Christians. So he's looking to upset Christians, in your face kind of stuff. And like I say, so just hell with the Constitution and just do what I tell you, and this is the way, so that's what's going on. So, but if that's not bad enough, he knew his agenda when he came in, and that was to tear the United States down to nothing. And so he's been bringing in illegal Muslims, I think, since he's been in. I think there's well over 500,000 illegal Muslims. They're not refugees. They call them refugees, but a lot of them are young men. No women, no families. That's not a good thing. And if you do any of your research about what goes on in the Muslim world, you're going to see it's not a pretty thing. They even tear up their own house. Even a dog knows not to shit on their own bed. But you look at what's going on with the Muslims, you can see they got problems. Vice News, vicenews.com, you can go there on YouTube, and you're going to learn a lot about their thinking and what's going on, because it talks. They got a lot of news people in Syria and Iraq and all that, so you get an idea of their thinking. And the thing that made the United States great is people coming to the United States that want to become Americans. Not that they were born here. They come here because they want to be an American. So, and that's what's been going on, is now they're coming over here not with the intent to become Americans. The intent is, like I say, they're going to, and we've been getting hints already. They got all these shootings and, snipers and all this kind of stuff. It's all, or not all of it, but a lot of it is Muslim related. And the time will come when there's a bunch of them out there, and they can just open up and start really just, throughout the United States. That would be a good excuse for martial law. Then again, we, as peaceful people, would say, protect us with this martial law. And so then because right now, we don't care. We have roadblocks and stuff like that. You don't care. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. We're allowing our freedoms to go away more and more. So we will be happy to have martial law because the people are too weak and stupid to realize they're giving up their freedoms and their liberties. But that's why I say the weak will perish. And so the weak are the ones that don't take steps to take care of themselves. You don't have gold and silver. You don't have firearms. You don't have ammunition. You don't have food stored. These people aren't even smart enough to take care of themselves. So they need somebody to take care of them. That's why they're pushing the communist socialist ways of doing things. I guess progressive they call it now. Because communists and socialists got such a bad name. I wonder how that happened. So now they just call them progressive. So, but like I say, it's all the same. Don't take personal responsibility. We take from the rich and give to the poor. That's what they do down here. Down here, as I say, 90% are poor. They'll always be poor. The 10% will always be rich. And that's what they're trying to do with the United States. That's why they're getting rid of the middle class. And like I say, people spend all their time working hard instead of thinking and preparing getting yourself ready, and opening your eyes and see all this bad that is all around us. And like I say, you don't even take steps to take care of your own personal safety. So violence could be one of the things that's going to get us to the end. This is Mike. NoStressMike.com.